I thought I had seen petty drama, until someone started stealing and blaming me. The laminated policy sheet slaps against my chest before I even finish closing my car door. "Do you want fines or compliance?" Joanne Whitaker shouts, her face 6 inches from mine, spit flying. "You stole HOA property, and I have multiple witnesses. I am filing a formal complaint, and if you do not return the wristbands by 5 tonight, I am putting a no trespass warning on your unit and suspending your gate access at midnight." Her breath smells like coffee and rage, and behind her I can see 2 neighbors slowing down on the sidewalk to watch. I do not even know what she is talking about. I just got home from work, and I have not touched any HOA property. My name is Dan. I am a systems analyst, and I live in Briarwood Reserve Community Association in Mesa, Arizona. It is a high-density townhome complex where parking is a constant war, and Joanne Whitaker is the compliance chair, which means she has made it her full-time job to find violations and threaten people. I have been here 8 months, and this is the first time she has come after me directly. "What wristbands?" I say, keeping my voice flat. "I do not have any wristbands." She jabs a finger at my chest again. "A bag of new pool wristbands was delivered to the clubhouse yesterday, and it disappeared from the mailroom. Then a torn mailer with the vendor logo showed up in the trash near your bins this morning. You took them, and now you are lying about it." I shake my head. I did not take anything. I do not even use the pool. Joanne pulls out her phone and starts scrolling, her nails clicking against the screen. She claims the rules changed yesterday, and I should have known. The new policy says all deliveries to the clubhouse have to be logged by residents who pick them up, and you did not log anything. That proves you knew it was wrong. I stare at her. What new policy? I never got any notice about a new policy. It went out in the portal yesterday, she says, her voice rising. Everyone got it. You should have checked. I pull out my phone and open the HOA portal app. There is no new post from yesterday. The last update was 3 weeks ago about landscaping hours. I show her the screen. She does not even look. You probably deleted it. That is not my problem. The point is, you took HOA property, and I am not letting you get away with it. I am sending a message to the neighborhood chat right now, and everyone is going to know what you did. My stomach drops. The neighborhood chat is brutal. If Joanne sends a message accusing me of theft, it will spread like wildfire, and my landlord will hear about it. My lease has a clause that says any HOA violations can trigger a review, and if this escalates to a lien threat, my landlord could get dragged into it. That could cost me my housing. I take a breath. Joanne, I did not take anything. If you think I did, show me the evidence. Show me a photo, a witness statement, something. She smirks. I have multiple witnesses. I am just not naming them yet. But trust me, everyone agrees with me. I have messages. That line, everyone agrees with me, I have messages, is going to haunt me. She says it like it is a trump card, like having unnamed people in her corner makes her untouchable. My phone buzzes. I glance down and see 3 notifications from the neighborhood chat. Joanne has already posted. The preview says, resident in Building F has been accused of stealing pool supplies. Investigation ongoing. Please report any suspicious activity. She does not name me, but everyone in Building F knows who she is talking about. There are only 6 units in my building. I look up at her. You just lied in that post. You said it is an investigation. You already told me I am guilty. She shrugs. Semantics. If you want to clear your name, return the wristbands and write an apology to the board. Otherwise, I am escalating this to management, and they will suspend your amenities access tonight. Before I can respond, she turns and walks toward a silver sedan parked 2 spaces down. She pulls out her phone again and starts talking loudly, her voice aimed back at me like a performance. Hi, yes, this is Joanne Whitaker with Briarwood Reserve. I need a tow staged for a vehicle at Building F. The plate number is... She pauses and reads my plate number out loud, slowly, making sure I hear every digit. My car is legally parked in my assigned spot. She is calling a tow company just to intimidate me. I walk over. You cannot tow my car. I am in my own spot. She covers the phone with one hand. Watch me. If I find out you parked in a guest spot last week without a permit, that is a violation. And I will find it. She does not even have evidence yet. She is threatening to manufacture a violation just to punish me. I pull out my phone and start recording. Joanne, you just threatened to tow my car for a violation that has not happened. That is harassment. She sees the camera and her face goes red. Stop recording me. That is illegal. It is not illegal. We are in a public parking lot. She ends the call and storms toward me. If you do not stop recording, I am adding that to the complaint. Intimidating an HOA officer is a violation under Section 12. I keep the camera on her. Show me Section 12. She does not answer. Instead, she pulls a small portable rolling stamp pad from her blazer pocket and slams it onto the hood of my car like a judge with a gavel. This conversation is over. You have until 5, or I am filing the no trespass warning. She gets in her car and drives off, leaving me standing in the parking lot with my phone still recording and my heart pounding. I stop the recording and save the clip. I do not know what just happened, but I know I need to start gathering evidence fast. Joanne has already poisoned the neighborhood chat, she has threatened to suspend my gate access at midnight, and she is setting up a tow trap. If I do not move quickly, this is going to destroy me. I head back to my unit and sit down at my desk. I open the HOA portal on my laptop and start searching for any mention of a new delivery policy. Nothing. I check my email, my spam folder, even my trash. No notice. Joanne lied about the rule change. Next, I pull up my bank statements and delivery logs. I have not ordered anything from a pool supply vendor, and I have not picked up any packages from the clubhouse in the last 2 weeks. My last delivery was a pair of work shoes from an online retailer, and I have the receipt and tracking info to prove it. I screenshot everything and save it to a folder. Then I open the neighborhood chat and scroll through the comments under Joanne's post. Most people are staying neutral, but a few are already taking her side. One neighbor writes, "I saw someone near the mailroom yesterday afternoon." Another writes, "This is why we need better security." No one is naming me yet, but it is only a matter of time. My phone buzzes again. It is a text from my landlord. "Hey, I just saw a post in the HOA chat about a theft investigation. Is that about you? Let me know what is going on." I text back, "False accusation. I am gathering evidence to clear it up. I will keep you posted." He does not respond right away, and that silence feels like a countdown. If Joanne escalates this to management and they issue a formal violation notice, my landlord will have to respond. If it goes further and becomes a lien threat, he could decide it is not worth the hassle and just move to evict me at the end of the lease. I need an ally. I think about who I can trust in this complex, and one name comes to mind: Eric, a contractor who does maintenance work for a few of the units. I have seen him around the clubhouse, and he always seemed like a straight shooter. If he saw anything, he might be willing to talk. I send him a text. "Hey, this is Dan from Building F. Can we talk? I need to ask you about something that happened at the clubhouse." He replies within a minute. "Sure, I am finishing a job at Building C. Meet me at the mailbox cluster in 20? I grab my jacket and head out. The mailbox cluster is near the clubhouse, a covered area with rows of metal boxes and a couple of benches. When I get there, Eric is already waiting. He is in his 40s, wearing a work shirt and cargo pants, and he has a toolbox at his feet. "Thanks for meeting me," I say. "Did you hear about the wristband thing?" He nods. "Yeah, Joanne has been talking about it all day. She is telling everyone you stole a bag of pool wristbands and dumped the mailer near your bins." "I did not take anything," I say. "I am trying to figure out what actually happened. Did you see anyone near the mailroom yesterday?" He hesitates, then looks around to make sure no one is listening. "I saw Joanne." My chest tightens. "You saw Joanne?" "Yeah. Yesterday afternoon, around 3. I was fixing a door hinge near the clubhouse office, and I saw her walk out of the mailroom with a shopping bag. She looked around like she was checking if anyone was watching, then she put the bag in her car and drove off." "Did you see what was in the bag?" He shakes his head. "No, but it was the right size for a package. And here is the thing. I have seen her do stuff like that before. A couple months ago, I was working in the storage closet, and I saw her take a box of cleaning supplies that was supposed to be for the common areas. She told me it was for a board project, but I never saw it again." I feel a surge of hope. "Eric, would you be willing to give me a written statement? Or talk to management?" He grimaces. "I do not know, man. Joanne has a lot of pull with the board, and I do jobs for a few of the owners here. If I go on record and she finds out, she could make it hard for me to get work." "I get it," I say. "But if she is stealing and framing people, someone has to say something." He thinks for a moment, then nods slowly. "Okay, I will write something down, but I am not going to management unless you have more proof. If it is just my word against hers, she will crush me." "That is fair. I will take what I can get." He pulls out his phone and types a quick note, then emails it to me. It is short, just a few sentences describing what he saw yesterday, but it is something. "Thanks, Eric. This helps." He picks up his toolbox. "Be careful, man. Joanne does not play fair." I know. I head back to my unit and add Eric's statement to my evidence folder. I now have 3 things: proof that I did not order or pick up any pool wristbands, Eric's witness account, and the recording of Joanne threatening to tow my car. It is not enough to clear my name completely, but it is a start. I check the time. It is 4:15. I have 45 minutes before Joanne's deadline. I decide to go to the management office and try to get ahead of this. If I can talk to someone before Joanne files her formal complaint, maybe I can present my side and stop this from escalating. The management office is in a small building near the front gate. When I walk in, the receptionist looks up and gives me a tight smile. "Hi, Dan. What can I do for you?" "I need to talk to someone about a compliance issue. Joanne Whitaker accused me of stealing HOA property, and I want to clear it up before it goes any further." She winces. "Joanne was just here an hour ago. She already filed a formal complaint. Let me see if the property manager is available." She picks up the phone and dials. A moment later, she hangs up and nods. "He can see you now. Second door on the left." I walk down the hall and knock. A man in his 50s, wearing a polo shirt with the management company logo, waves me in. "Have a seat, Dan." "I am Mark. I just reviewed Joanne's complaint. She is claiming you took a bag of pool wristbands from the clubhouse mailroom and disposed of the packaging near your unit. She is requesting a no trespass warning and suspension of your amenities access." I sit down and pull out my phone. I did not take anything. I have bank records and delivery logs that prove I did not order or pick up any wristbands. I also have a witness who saw Joanne leaving the mailroom with a shopping bag yesterday, and I have a recording of her threatening to tow my car for a violation that does not exist. I show him the screenshots, Eric's statement, and the video. He watches the video twice, his face unreadable. "This is a lot," he says finally. "Joanne has been very insistent that you are guilty. She even brought a piece of the torn mailer as evidence. She claims it matches a package that was delivered to the clubhouse." "Did she show you a photo of the mailer before it was torn? Did she show you a delivery receipt with my name on it?" He shakes his head. "No. She just brought the torn piece." "Then how does she know it is from the wristband package? How does she know I touched it?" He does not have an answer. "Look, I am going to put a hold on the no trespass warning until I can investigate this further. But Joanne is the compliance chair, and she has a lot of authority in this community. If she pushes for a hearing, the board will back her." "What about the witness statement? What about the video?" He sighs. "I will include them in the file, but you need to understand. This is going to be your word against hers unless you can find something more concrete. Do you have any doorbell camera footage from your unit?" I freeze. I do have a doorbell camera. I installed it when I moved in because package theft is common in this complex. If the torn mailer showed up near my bins, my camera might have caught whoever put it there. "I do have a camera," I say. "I will pull the footage tonight." "Good. Send it to me as soon as you have it. In the meantime, I am not suspending your gate access, but I am putting a note in your file that there is an active investigation. That means if Joanne escalates this, the board will review everything." "What happens if she escalates?" He leans back in his chair. "If the board votes to issue a formal violation, you will get a fine and a hearing date. If the hearing goes against you, they can suspend your amenities, put a lien on the unit, or pursue a civil claim for the value of the stolen property. It is rare, but it happens." My heart sinks. This is worse than I thought. Joanne is not just trying to humiliate me, she is trying to destroy me financially. I leave the office and head back to my unit. It is almost 5, and I know Joanne is waiting for me to miss her deadline so she can escalate. But I am not going to give her that satisfaction. I log into my doorbell camera app and pull the footage from yesterday and this morning. I scrub through the timeline, looking for anything near my trash bins. At 6:42 this morning, I see it. A figure in a gray blazer and visor walks up to my bins, drops something into the trash, and walks away. The camera angle is not perfect, but the clothing matches Joanne's outfit from this morning. I rewind and watch it again. She is carrying a small torn piece of cardboard, and she drops it in quickly, like she is trying not to be seen. I save the clip and export it as a video file. Then I email it to Mark at the management office with a short message, doorbell footage from this morning. Joanne Whitaker is the one who planted the torn mailer near my bins. I also save a copy to a portable thumb drive. If Joanne tries to claim the footage is fake or edited, I want a backup that shows the metadata and the original file. My phone buzzes. It is another text from the neighborhood chat. Joanne has posted again. Update. Resident has refused to cooperate. Escalating to board review. I reply directly in the chat. I have cooperated fully with management and provided evidence, including doorbell footage. I did not take any wristbands. The chat explodes. Within seconds, there are a dozen replies. Some people are defending me, others are taking Joanne's side, and a few are just asking what is going on. One neighbor writes, "If you have footage, post it." I do not want to post it publicly yet. If I release the video before management reviews it, Joanne could claim I am trying to manipulate the narrative. But the pressure is mounting, and I can feel the community turning into a mob. Another text comes in, this time from Eric. "Heads up, Joanne just cornered me in the parking lot and tried to get me to change my statement. She said if I do not retract it, she will report me to the board for unlicensed contractor work." My stomach drops. Joanne is trying to intimidate my only witness. I call Eric. Are you okay? Yeah, but she is serious, man. She knows I do side jobs here, and if she reports me, the board could ban me from the property. I do not know if I can keep backing you up. Eric. She is bluffing. You are licensed, right? Yeah, but that does not matter if she convinces the board I am a problem. They can ban anyone they want. I take a breath. Okay. Do not retract anything. Just stay quiet for now. I am going to handle this. I hope so, he says, and hangs up. Joanne is escalating faster than I expected. She is not just trying to frame me anymore. She is trying to isolate me by going after anyone who might support me. I need to move faster. I pull up the HOA portal on my laptop and start digging. If Joanne has been stealing for months, there has to be a trail. I search for budget reports, vendor invoices, anything that shows discrepancies. After an hour, I find something. The portal has a public ledger that shows all HOA expenses, and there are 3 entries from the last 6 months that do not add up. One entry says pool supplies, $212, but there is no attached receipt. Another says clubhouse cleaning, $150, but the date does not match any scheduled cleaning. The third says petty cash reimbursement, $75, with no explanation. I screenshot the entries and add them to my folder. It is not proof of theft yet, but it is enough to raise questions. I also noticed something else. All 3 entries were uploaded to the portal by the same user, Joanne Whitaker. I cross-referenced the dates with my doorbell footage and Eric's timeline. The pool supplies entry was uploaded 2 days after Eric saw Joanne take the cleaning supplies. The clubhouse cleaning entry was uploaded the same week I saw Joanne carrying a box out of the storage closet. It is starting to look like a pattern. I save everything to the thumb drive and make a second backup on a cloud drive. If Joanne tries to delete the ledger entries, I will still have proof. My phone buzzes again. This time it is a text from Mark at the management office. Got your footage? I am reviewing it now. I also pulled the clubhouse security logs. We might have more. I feel a flicker of hope. If Mark is taking this seriously, maybe I have a chance. 20 minutes later, he calls me. Dan, I reviewed your footage and the clubhouse logs. Your camera shows Joanne planting the mailer. The clubhouse security system also shows her entering the mailroom yesterday at 3:08 and leaving with a bag at 3:12. She did not log any pickup, and the wristband package was reported missing an hour later. So she took it. It looks that way. But here's the problem. Joanne is claiming the footage is out of context. She says she was removing trash from the mailroom and accidentally grabbed the wrong bag. She also says your doorbell footage does not prove anything because she was just cleaning up litter near your bins. That is ridiculous, I say. She planted evidence to frame me. She is lying. I know, but unless we can prove intent, it is going to be hard to take action. The board is meeting tomorrow night, and Joanne is pushing for a vote on your violation. If you want to fight this, you need something stronger. What about the ledger entries? What about the missing petty cash? He pauses. What ledger entries? I send him the screenshots. He goes quiet for a moment, then whistles. This is bad. If she has been skimming funds, that is fraud. But I need to verify this with the accounting firm. That is going to take a few days. I do not have a few days. She is trying to suspend my gate access at midnight. Let me make some calls. I will see what I can do. He hangs up, and I sit back in my chair, staring at the ceiling. I have footage, witness statements, and financial discrepancies, but Joanne is still controlling the narrative. She has the board on her side, she is intimidating witnesses, and she is moving faster than I can keep up. I need to change the game. I pull out my phone and scroll through the neighborhood chat. Joanne has posted again, reminder, the board meeting is tomorrow at 7. All residents are welcome to attend. She is setting the stage for a public showdown. She wants to humiliate me in front of the entire community and force the board to vote against me. But I have an idea. If Joanne is stealing, she is not just taking packages. She is using her access to the clubhouse and the mailroom to cover her tracks. That means there is probably more evidence in the clubhouse itself. I text Eric. Can you get me into the clubhouse storage closet tonight? He replies a minute later. That is risky, man. If Joanne finds out, she will say you are trespassing. I am not trespassing. I am a resident. I have every right to access common areas. He does not respond right away. Finally, he writes, okay, meet me at the back door at 9. I will let you in, but you are on your own after that. At 9, I meet Eric at the back entrance to the clubhouse. He unlocks the door with his master key and holds it open. You have 10 minutes, he says. If anyone asks, I was never here. I nod and slip inside. The clubhouse is dark and quiet, lit only by a few emergency exit signs. I make my way to the storage closet near the mailroom and open the door. Inside, the shelves are stocked with cleaning supplies, pool equipment, and boxes of HOA forms. I scan the room, looking for anything out of place. On the bottom shelf, I see a cardboard box with no label. I open it and find a stash of items that do not belong. A portable speaker still in its packaging, a set of barbecue tools, and a bag of pool wristbands with the vendor logo on the front. I pull out my phone and take photos of everything. Then I notice something else. There is a small stack of complaint forms in the box, and they all have the same handwriting. I flip through them and see the same phrases repeated: failure to comply, refusal to cooperate, recommended penalty. The forms are blank, but the template is identical to the ones Joanne has been filing. She is pre-printing complaint forms and filling them out as needed. She is manufacturing violations. I take more photos, then carefully put everything back the way I found it. I slip out of the storage closet and head for the door. As I am leaving, I hear a voice behind me. What are you doing here? I freeze and turn around. It is one of the neighbors, a woman in her 60s who lives in Building D. I recognize her from the neighborhood chat. Her name is Linda, and she is usually neutral in HOA disputes. I was checking on something in the storage closet, I say. I am trying to clear up a false accusation. She crosses her arms. Joanne said you stole pool wristbands. Is that true? No. Joanne is the one who took them. I just found them in the storage closet, along with a bunch of other stuff she has been stealing. Linda frowns. That is a serious accusation. I know. But I have proof. Doorbell footage, witness statements, and photos of the stolen items. She looks at me for a long moment, then nods slowly. Joanne has been acting strange lately. A few weeks ago, I saw her carrying a box out of the clubhouse at night, and when I asked what it was, she said it was trash. But the box looked brand new. Would you be willing to say that on the record? She hesitates. I do not want to get involved in HOA drama. I get it. But if you do not say something, Joanne is going to keep doing this to other people. She thinks for a moment, then pulls out her phone. Okay, I will send you a message with what I saw. But I am not going to the board meeting. I do not want to be in the middle of this. That is fine. Just send me the message. She types quickly and hits send. My phone buzzes. I check the message and see a short statement describing what she saw. Thank you, Linda. This helps. She nods and walks away, leaving me alone in the hallway. I leave the clubhouse and head back to my unit. I now have photos of the stolen items, a second witness statement, and the pre-printed complaint forms. It is enough to prove Joanne is lying, but I still need to present it in a way that the board cannot ignore. I spend the rest of the night organizing everything into a presentation. I create a timeline with photos, timestamps, and witness statements. I also include the ledger screenshots and the doorbell footage. By midnight, I have a full dossier that shows exactly what Joanne has been doing. I save everything to the thumb drive and make another backup. Then I email the full package to Mark at the management office with a note. Board meeting evidence. Please review before the vote. At 12:15, my phone buzzes. It is a text from Mark. Got it. I am reviewing now. This is damning. I am going to recommend we postpone the vote until we can audit the finances. I feel a wave of relief. If the vote is postponed, I have more time to build my case. But at 12:30, my relief turns to panic. I get an email from the HOA portal. Your gate access has been suspended pending resolution of the compliance violation. Your access code will be deactivated at midnight. If you are enjoying this story, please hit the like button and subscribe for more HOA nightmare stories. I check the time. It is 12:32. My access is already gone. I log into the portal and try to file an appeal, but the system will not let me upload anything. Every time I try to attach a file, I get an error message, upload failed. Please try again later. I try again. Same error. I call the management office emergency line. A recorded message says, "Our office is closed. Please call back during business hours." I hang up and stare at my phone. Joanne has locked me out of the portal, suspended my gate access, and left me with no way to fight back before the board meeting tomorrow. She is trying to trap me. I text Eric. My portal uploads are failing and my gate access is gone. Did Joanne do something? He replies a minute later. I do not know, but she was in the office this afternoon messing with the computer. She told the staff she was updating resident records. That is when I realize what happened. Joanne has admin access to the portal. She can see who is uploading files, and she can block uploads or delete records. She probably saw me building a case and shut me down before I could file anything official. I need to get to the board meeting tomorrow with physical evidence. If I show up with printed documents and the thumb drive, Joanne cannot stop me. But first, I need to get through the gate. Without access, I cannot drive into the complex, and I cannot walk to the clubhouse without getting stopped by security. I text Linda, "Can you let me in through the pedestrian gate tomorrow?" My access was suspended. She replies, "I will try. Meet me at the gate at 6:30. The next day, I print everything and load it into a binder. I also put the thumb drive in my pocket and make sure my phone is fully charged. If Joanne tries to block me, I need to be ready. At 6:30, I meet Linda at the pedestrian gate. She swipes her key card and lets me in, then walks with me toward the clubhouse. "Are you sure you want to do this?" she asks. Joanne is going to be furious. I do not have a choice. If I do not show up, the board will vote against me by default. When we get to the clubhouse, there are already about 20 people inside. The board members are seated at a long table in the front, and Joanne is standing next to them, holding a clipboard and her laminated policy sheet on a lanyard. She sees me walk in, and her face goes white. "You are not supposed to be here," she says loudly. "Your gate access was suspended." I am a resident, and this is a public meeting. I have every right to be here. The board president, an older man in a golf shirt, holds up a hand. Let him stay. We will hear from both sides. Joanne glares at me but does not argue. She takes a seat at the side of the room, her arms crossed. The president opens the meeting. We are here to review a complaint filed by Joanne Whitaker against Dan. Joanne, you have the floor. Joanne stands and pulls out her portable rolling stamp pad. She slams it onto the table like a gavel. On the afternoon of the 23rd, a bag of pool wristbands was stolen from the clubhouse mailroom. A torn mailer matching the package was found near Dan's trash bins, and he has refused to return the stolen property. I am requesting a formal violation, a $500 fine, and suspension of his amenities access. She points at a camera lens mounted on the wall. I also have security footage that shows Dan entering the clubhouse at unauthorized times. The president looks at me. Dan, what do you have to say? I stand and hold up the binder. I did not steal anything. Joanne is the one who took the wristbands, and I have proof. I open the binder and start laying out the evidence. First, I show the doorbell footage of Joanne planting the mailer near my bins. Then I show the clubhouse security log that proves she was in the mailroom when the wristbands disappeared. Then I show the photos of the stolen items in the storage closet, including the wristbands she claimed I took. Finally, I show the ledger screenshots and the pre-printed complaint forms. Joanne has been stealing packages, supplies, and petty cash for months, I say. She framed me to cover it up. I have witness statements, timestamps, and financial records that prove it. The room goes silent. I can feel everyone staring at Joanne. She jumps to her feet. That is a lie. He is trying to deflect. He broke into the storage closet and planted those items to frame me. I did not plant anything. Linda saw you carrying a box out of the clubhouse at night. Eric saw you take cleaning supplies. And the doorbell footage shows you planting the mailer at 6:42 in the morning. Joanne's face turns red. You are making this up. Everyone agrees with me. I have messages. Then show them, I say. Show the board the messages. Show the witnesses. Name one person who actually saw me take the wristbands. She does not answer. Instead, she tries to grab the binder out of my hands. A neighbor in the front row pulls out their phone and starts recording. Joanne freezes when she sees the camera. The board president stands up. Joanne, sit down. Dan, continue. I pull out the thumb drive and hold it up. Everything I just showed you is backed up on this drive, along with the portal audit log. If you check the log, you will see that all of the complaint forms against me were uploaded from the same device at the same time using Joanne's admin account. She did not just frame me. She manufactured the entire case. The president takes the thumb drive and plugs it into a laptop. He pulls up the files and scrolls through them, his face growing darker with each page. Finally, he looks at Joanne. Is this true? She opens her mouth, then closes it. She pulls out her portable rolling stamp pad and tries to slam it onto the table again, but the ink pad falls apart in her hands, leaving a blue smudge across the table. The room erupts in murmurs. Someone in the back laughs. Joanne looks down at the smudge, then at the board, then at me. Her face crumples, and she grabs her clipboard and storms out of the room. The president clears his throat. We are going to recess this meeting and conduct a full audit of the finances and the compliance records. Dan, your violation is dismissed, and your gate access will be reinstated immediately. Joanne's access to the portal will be suspended pending investigation. The meeting ends, and several neighbors come up to me to apologize. Linda pats me on the shoulder. I am glad you stood up to her. I thank her and head outside. My phone buzzes with a text from Mark. The accounting firm just confirmed. Joanne has been skimming funds for at least 6 months. We are terminating her vendor contract access and recommending the board remove her from the compliance committee. A few days later, I get another update. The board held an emergency vote, and Joanne was removed from her position. Her committee voted to replace her, and she had to sit in the audience and watch it happen. The HOA also terminated the vendor contract Joanne had been abusing, and several residents filed complaints about her intimidation tactics. Management put a formal letter in her file, and she is now banned from accessing the clubhouse storage areas or the portal admin tools. As for me, my name was cleared on the record, my gate access was restored, and the false violation was expunged from my file. My landlord got a letter from management confirming that I was falsely accused, and he told me he is not worried about it anymore. A few weeks later, I see Joanne in the parking lot. She does not say anything, but she avoids eye contact and hurries to her car. I do not gloat. I just nod and keep walking. I learned a lot from this. I learned that HOA leaders can abuse their power in brutal ways, and that sometimes the only way to fight back is to gather every piece of evidence you can and force the truth into the open. I also learned that people are watching, and when you stand up to a bully, others will step forward to help. Joanne tried to destroy me with lies, intimidation, and manufactured violations. But in the end, the truth won, and she lost everything she had been using to terrorize the community. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next HOA story.